Okay, locker room, we know now well, who Miami plays, and that's Ole Miss. And that was a very, very good game between Ole Miss and Georgia. I got to give both of those teams credit. I was thinking going into this that it was going to be an interesting run. It could be very interesting because it could have been Georgia, and that's exercising the demons for Carson Beck, and then possibly Oregon, which will exercise the demons for Mario Cristobal and all the people that said he couldn't in Oregon, Duckland. And then, of course, Ole Miss did it. Ole Miss, I got to give them credit, man. That was a good game. That was a good game. You look at what they were up against. No Lane Kiffin, all that they went through, trying to focus back in. And then play a game to, well, let's say 37-34, but it ended up 39-34 because of the 2-point play at the end of the game. But it was a good game. It was a very good game because Ole Miss kept battling back. Georgia kept fighting. They kept fighting. And I was impressed. I thought Georgia put up a good fight. Brought that thing back, tied that thing 34-34. But man, your boy from Ole Miss, Chambers, made a deep play down the middle of the field. He threw for 362 yards. So I was enjoying this game, Ole Miss and Georgia, but thinking about the next game as they get ready, or as we get ready, to play the winner. And Ole Miss is going to be a problem. Yeah, the quarterback, Trinidad, he thinks he's kind of a Patrick Mahomes guy. He's mobile, throw at a lot of different angles, and he has talent around him. Lacey had 98 yards. That's a very good running back. But then they had two receivers that go over 152. As a matter of fact, one 156 and 122. Wallace 156 and Stribling 122, 7 catches. I'm telling you, it was talent all over the field in Ole Miss. And Ole Miss got a good offense. They beat you with a lot of the schemes over man to man, like the team we just beat, Ohio State. They'll beat you with man to man. They're gonna put that big fella out there, Jeremiah Smith, and say, "Hey, you can't stop him," and you couldn't stop him. They'll try to beat you man to man, but Ole Miss will beat you with scheme and all of those things. But they're a tough team. They are a tough team. What was interesting is Georgia went into this game trying to bully them and said, we're going to be physical and we're the more physical team. And they were. They were. But as Georgia was playing and being physical, the one thing happened, and that was Frazier. He got a little dinged. And because Frazier was running hard for Georgia. And when he got a little dinged, all of it fell on the quarterback, Stockton, in, Ole Miss was a little too much. Ole Miss ain't going to give us what Georgia would have. If it would have been Georgia, it was like, oh, you don't even belong here. I heard people say already Georgia's going to blow you guys out next week. And now Georgia did not even make it. And Ole Miss is the epitome of fight. It's so amazing. You never can get to the top. You have to pass every grade. And I think Miami and Ole Miss, this is going to put Miami in a quiz place or a testing place where they have to make sure they get that offense going. You either have to wear down Ole Miss, like Georgia did last time when they were up 9 going into the half, warm down. But coach said that was on them last time because they needed to have more players and play more players and give some guys some rest. I thought about that. I thought a lot about that because Ole Miss said, the coach said he rotated in more players tonight, and some guys made some plays, so he got them some extra time for that. So yeah, that Ole Miss game is going to be hard, peeps. I can tell y'all that right now because I thought Georgia had a good defensive line and a good line, and it was tough. They put up that 37 points. It was hard stopping. It was hard, very difficult. That's going to be a good game. That's going to be a good game. And probably the game Miami needs right about now. If you think about it, if I think about all of it, okay? On the other side, you see Oregon beat Texas Tech. That game, Oregon beat 23-0. I said to myself on the other side, because the semifinals on the other side is going to be Oregon and Indiana. Indiana thrashes Alabama. First of all, I know the CLP people hated that because they hate to see anything go like Alabama getting beat 38-3. So my take was this side. On this side, you're going to play either Oregon or Mendoza. Either way, it's a homecoming. It's a homecoming for Mendoza coming back to Miami, or it's a homecoming for Oregon being in Miami and our coach getting to play him. You see what I'm saying? Getting to exercise that demon from them Oregon Ducks. So yeah, either way, I'm hyped for this, man. I watched every down today. That's the difference when you got a team in it. You know what I mean? Like when you ain't got a team in it, yeah, you may catch a game here or there, but when you in that thing, I watched every down of every play of every game today. Because we in it. You can't help it now. And I got to scout this thing out. And I'm seeing it. This is a tough test. And right now, Ole Miss is going to give us a tough one right now because Ole Miss is going to score some points. And Miami's going to have to score some points. And that quarterback right now, Chambers, man, he's playing at a crazy level. Crazy level. Really does remind you of Patrick Mahomes and some of the things he was doing, for his team out there today. And that's one of the hardest guys to beat. Now, it'll come down to Miami's defensive line. Not only the two ends coming up the field to put pressure, but the middle got to also get pressure because you can't let this kid step up in the pocket, go right, go left, and throw all across his body and make the plays that he wants to make. He's that kind of kid, talented kid. Seems like a very good kid, praising the Lord and everything. So he got his head and his heart in the right place. It's going to be a tough battle. Now, here's the best thing about it, guys. I'm going to give you this. Go look at the record of teams coming off a very emotional win, like a close game, 37-34, and playing the next week. For some reason, those teams don't do well. And it's like you think it's a whole week. You got plenty of time to recover emotionally, but it just doesn't work that way. And you only got 1 week because that game is next Thursday. So this is going to be, that's the only, I can give Miami, what would I call that? I don't call it an edge. I'm going to call it just a nugget. Just a nugget. The only nugget I give, teams that come off these emotional high wins or emotional high losses. Defeat, it's hard to get emotionally all the way back up there where they were in 7 days. So let's see how that plays out. So there it is, guys. That's the semis right there. Oregon and IU. Ole Miss in the U. Oregon and IU. But first up will be Ole Miss in the U. We'll talk about this all week. All right, peeps.